In English, Filorosso means red line, which calls to mind the one connecting all the great MV Agusta creations of yore to this fascinating creation of Giovanni Magni, who is the son of legendary MV Agusta team manager Arturo Magni, the man who keeps the legend alive by preserving the unique racing and production bikes at the MV Agusta Museum. The Magni Filorosso was the most emotional bike on display at EICMA 2014. It added an abundant dose of old-style passion to the show. The historical link its name suggests loops from the MV Agusta 500 thirds GP racer to the MV Agusta 500 thirds GP racer. This same loop has been attempted before, by Ezio and Maurizio Mascheroni under the suggestion of Mino Agostini himself. In that case, a batch of replicas was made from the original blueprints, and machining from billet every single component to make it exactly as it was in the days Mino stormed the sport. These were machined pieces of art, ridden only a few miles each year by a few lucky owners before being put back on display. With his beautifully tailored replica, Giovanni Magni has taken a step toward real, practical enjoyment. His red line indeed starts with the MV Agusta 500 thirds GP racer, but it takes a detour through the experience that the Manis, Arturo and his sons Giovanni and Carlo, gathered from the late 1970s to date, first tuning and updating the MV Agusta 750 Sport to get the best out of those good-looking, but not especially good-performing bikes. Then there was a limited production run of specials that duplicated the look and some basic technical solutions from the MV Agusta sport bikes, but used non-MV Agusta engines, mainly Moto Guzzi 1000cc V-twins. An air-cooled Suzuki GSX 12004 powered a very pleasant replica of the first edition of the MV Agusta 750 Sport, the one that featured a red-white-blue Disco Volante style tank, a graphic theme that Magni brought up again on the Storia. A completely restyled MV Agusta Brutal 1094 unveiled at EICMA 2013. All the Magni creativity kept orbiting around what MV Agusta had been and what it no longer was, and Giovanni's red line connects all these experiences. When MV boss Giovanni Castiglione granted access to the present crop of MV Agusta 3-cylinder engines, the loop came full circle, because Giovanni Magni, with the full blessing of his father, immediately thought of a special that would finally be powered by an MV Agusta engine. The Filorosso looks exactly like Mino's all-conquering bike, but with a modern, powerful, fully reliable and serviceable MV Agusta 800cc triple harnessed by a classic-looking frame. I had the privilege of riding the Filorosso, and I must say that I went through a storm of emotions just looking at it and then sitting on it. My emotions ran from the great old days are back, to oh, Lord, I'm gonna crash right at the first corner. The bike is small, low-slung, and light. Above all, it is beautifully made and detailed, dressed with the race-style fairing or an undressed cafe racer style. Tank, seat, fairing, 3 individual megaphone-style exhausts, and 18 inches wheels are exactly as they were, although the 6-spoke cast magnesium wheels came with the 350-500 4th GP racers. What's more, the portion of the frame not hidden by the fairing is like it should be. Giovanni Magni brought the Filorosso to the Pirelli test track in Italy in its dressed form, complete with a number plate covering the headlight. He was ready to remove the fairing, but I felt the bike needed to look the way it should, dressed, with numbers and all.